key part of your team's success this year? What's it meant having him as kind of a steady presence up front?
Yeah, I mean, he's been, it's when you bring guys in, and I've said it all year, I got to play against him last year, and so I knew what a warrior was, but I just didn't know how good of a person he was. And obviously he's been the backbone of our inside all year, but he's been a great leader. I think he represents what all the former players that played here represent. Toughness, but he is a phenomenal person. So just to be able to coach such a good person. Same thing with I got two great seniors, two great guys who are awesome in the locker room. I think represent this university great.
How does Duke's leadership show up?
His work ethic. I don't think anyone. He's a worker. So I think first and foremost when he speaks, he backs it up because of how hard he works. And then just what a good person is. That's being a good leader that's important.
Always been something part of your repertoire?
I always try to, like you said, is lead and push those dudes, especially we have a younger team. So I appreciate you, Coach, for those words.
Coach, 56% from the field tonight. That's a season high for you guys. What'd you like from the shot selection? 91 points tonight. I mean, what do you take from that?
I think Richard's done a phenomenal job with instituting his tempo and how fast they play, so we knew we were going to have opportunities. We really passed the ball well against DePaul in the second half, and I thought we continued that tonight.
A lot possibly left in the season, obviously, but given the state of the program the last few years, just your overall thoughts on ending the regular season, number 3 seed, Big East?
Yeah, I'm proud of this group. To put them together, I got the job April 3rd, I think, somewhere around there, to put this group together, for them to buy in the way they bought in, to represent not only what this university means, but what this basketball program. I think they've played at an extremely high level, and I think they've done it the right way. I think they've been fun to watch. So, 15-5 and 8 road wins just shows their toughness and their togetherness.
Kevin, to that point, as you kind of bring teams in together with lots of transfers. When it talks culture, how important is it to also figure out your specific team's identity, which is not necessarily the same as its culture? And how hard is it?
I think when you have really good kids that buy into you, it's a lot easier. And I think when everyone came, all these guys really bought into what my vision was and the way I wanted to play. Like guys sacrificed, Dev coming off the bench, certain guys not getting as many minutes, but everybody sacrificed a little something. So, it's not easy sometimes trying to put your vision on it, but again, I think I'm lucky that I'm at a place that has had decades of unbelievable culture. I think it just seeps through the walls, to be honest with you. And I think these guys putting that jersey on understand what it represents. Not only, again, I always say it's not always Josh and Dante and all those guys, it's 80s, 70s, 60s. And I think these guys have done a phenomenal job representing this program.
What was game planning like, not knowing if Trey Carroll would play, not knowing if Xavier would go big without him, small without him, stuff like that?
We just game plan for Trey, and then after that, you just make minor adjustments. We're not reinventing the wheel this time either.
For both players, how does a team that was picked 7th, there's a lot of unknowns, and you go into a new season, how does it finish 3rd? What happened, and how'd you get here?
We knew that coming in that we were, picked in the lower half of the Big East, but that just keeps a chip on our shoulder. I've been on teams that have a lot of transfer portal guys come in, throughout my career, and sometimes you're looked down upon in that, and they just, the media just doesn't know yet. So we were able to, come in the summertime. I think summer was huge for us to come in and reinvent our team and reinvent, the chemistry, and we're here now.
Due to your point about a lot of questions surrounding Steve going into the season, you guys have exceeded expectations. What does it say about the growth of this team?
It just shows our resiliency and what type of team we are. We're a winning team. We have great leadership. All the way, but we know we have young players that are bought into our senior leadership. So if you can hit on all cylinders throughout a team, you're able to stack wins. And that's what we did this year.
For Duke and Devin, as your college career comes to a close, what was it that sold you on Villanova and the head coach sitting next to you?
It's what
You gotta- you gotta leave
I've learned to keep my mouth shut, believe it or not.
No, I had an amazing visit, and it was Coach Willard and the players that were coming, and also the whole staff. Everyone was just about winning and great to be around when I came out here. And you never really know until you get into it, and I'm just thankful I made a good decision and thankful.
I got pressed for 40 minutes in March Madness and couldn't score. So then I was like, I want to be on that guy's team. So that's basically how I got here.
I'm glad we did.
Devin, did you have a senior night last year?
Good question. Yeah, I did.
You did. So you kind of went through this already, I guess.
Yeah.
Frame jersey and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we're
Not the same though.
This will always be, any player that plays for me it will be home. It's just Dev's lucky he has 5 of them.
I'm glad this is the last one though. This is where I want to be.
This is the only one.
Devin, to go off that, first kind of healthy start, this season for you. You're closing in on a triple-double almost. Just how do you feel coming into this back half of the season, health-wise, mentality-wise, now that you're kind of shaking up, and being, I guess, kind of in rhythm here as you get into the Big East tournament?
I feel good. Just want to keep progressing. We're not done. Yes, the regular season is over, but we still got a lot to accomplish. Just keep pushing every day. I feel good.
Duke, you've played in the tournament. For the guys on your team who have not played in the NCAA tournament, what's this next week going to be like preparing for it? What's the week after that?
I mean, it's a fun time of the year. March Madness is the best, tournament ever put on. So, pushing into it, it feels good to be back. 4 for 4 for me, so I'm really proud of myself. But, it'll be great for those guys, especially, our freshman, younger class guys that, haven't made it. I know BL was ranked number 1 in his conference last year and lost in the semis, so he wasn't able to make it. And, those dudes coming in, they're going to see what the dance is, and, I'm excited for them.
4 for 4 is tough.
4 for 4?
That's a big time.
Got it done, man. Come on. That's why you recruited me. Come on.
A lot of pressure.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Awesome.